Hi everyone, this is Vini and welcome to Brazilian Guy in Brazil channel. So what's up guys, Vini here. Welcome to my channel again. And today I'm gonna talk about 7 things that pisses every Brazilian off, or at least most of the Brazilians off. So if you like contents about Brazil and if you want to know about our culture, or maybe you want to travel to Brazil someday, I have so many tips and so many info that you might like. And if so, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit this bell button that I don't know what is meant for, but it's good for me. And let's go to the video. So, first thing you have to know is that Brazilians are very easygoing people in general. So there are not many things that pisses us off. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if pissing off is a bad word. If so, I'm sorry, but let's change this for noise. So we're not very annoyable people. We are mostly chill, but there are a couple things that make us feel a little bit bad. We are very comprehensive with people from abroad, so maybe you shouldn't worry too much about making a mistake, but there's some things that are not well accepted. So let's go to number 1. Number 1 mistake that you might not make when talking to Brazilians is thinking that we speak Spanish. We don't speak Spanish, and most of us we think we can understand Spanish, but actually it's very hard to understand. Although it sounds like Portuguese, it's very different. But in fact, we speak Portuguese, and Portuguese is a Latin language, which comes. It's a variation from Spanish, but it's already too far from Spanish. So it's very hard for us to understand each other. It's really another language. And the reason why we get sometimes pissed off about it is because we are surrounded by countries that speak Spanish, because we're in Latin America. And it's a kind of thing that maybe people think in a general way that Latin America is about speaking Spanish. And this is not true. Brazil is almost like half of the area of Latin America, and we speak Portuguese. So we really don't like when people say, well, you're Brazilian, good, I speak Spanish. We think like, yeah, good for you, but we don't. So we don't speak Spanish. Second tip, and it has to do with a lot of things that I'm going to say right now. Our capital is not Buenos Aires. It is also not Rio de Janeiro, and it's also not São Paulo. Our capital is actually Brasilia, which is a city in the center of the country. And our capital used to be huge. I won't say it with an accent, sorry. The correct pronunciation is Rio de Janeiro. So our capital used to be Rio de Janeiro until the 1960s, the early 1960s. And then our government decided to move the capital to the center of the country so that it would be closer to areas like the north and the northeast and the center and so on. And they thought that this would help people move from the beaches, which are still the places in which there are most people in Brazil, to the center of Brazil, and to integrate all these areas. And we don't really like much. There are not many people who like Brasilia. Mostly the ones who like it are the people who live there, because it's an isolated place full of politicians that want to steal our money and do nothing for our people in general, regardless of the president or whatever. So we just dislike it, okay? But one thing I would like to mention is that we get especially annoyed when people think that our capital is Buenos Aires. Because again, you're confusing Brazil with Argentina, The capital of Argentina is Buenos Aires. And let's say that there's a rivalry between Brazilians and Argentinians. And I think it's mostly because of football, our football. And but well, Brazilians don't like to be called Argentinians, and Argentinians don't like to be called Brazilians. So, uh, although you might say that our capital is Rio, it would be okay. Historically late, but okay. But never say it's Buenos Aires. This is going to piss many people off, okay? Or annoy many people, right? I lost the numbers here, so I'll just keep on and saying what pisses us off, okay? Next thing that annoys us really much, at least annoys me, but I know many people who get annoyed about it, is that call, maybe, I don't know, that someone knows that you're Brazilian and says, "Hey Brazil, hey Neymar, Ronaldinho, Caipirinha, I don't know what else, samba, Pelé." Yeah, I know people are trying to be pleasant to us, but it's very uncomfortable that your country is known by the work of one or two people, you know, especially people that are mostly involved in scandals like Neymar with these girls and Ronaldinho and so on. Okay, they were excellent soccer players, but really doesn't it's not okay. If you wanna please a Brazilian by knowing that person is a Brazilian, you could learn a few words in Portuguese like bom dia. Bom dia is good morning, or olá, which is hello, and I don't know, obrigado, which is thank you, né? So obrigado. So a few words like these. I can give you more if you want to. So yeah, ask me for more in the comments, and I'll bring you some more words, some interesting words. And this is I think this is the best way to please a Brazilian when you find one, not Ronaldinho, whatever. And I don't even want to mention other names, but yeah, it's not really cool. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that when Brazilians talk about samba, they're talking about musical style that is very popular in Brazil, but mostly in Rio, you know. And there are many other styles that are from other regions and are so rich, like Olodum from Bahia. If you want to just check out something about Olodum, it's a project that has many people. These people plays drums really well, really coordinated, and in a very special way that sounds really Brazilian, African, and so it's really pleasing to listen to. And this is so much Brazilian. So why only samba calls the attention of everyone? These things kind of annoy us. Sorry about that. I'm not annoyed right now, but I'm just explaining, right? Another thing that annoy Brazilians a lot, and if you're a foreigner, don't worry about it because you can't do it, which is finding another Brazilian abroad. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes when you find cool Brazilians, when you find polite Brazilians, it's really cool. But mostly when you find another Brazilian, this Brazilian doesn't know the local language very well, or doesn't know English very well, and starts to being rude to people. It happens a lot, or being too loud or impolite in many ways. And so when I'm traveling abroad, and by knowing that I'm a Brazilian, I try to hide all Brazilian flags that happen to be in my clothing, and I try not to speak Portuguese anywhere, because if I do, I'll be recognized by other Brazilians and things will get loud instantly. And this is annoying because it makes you feel embarrassed, you know. I have many stories about it. I can tell you guys someday. But this is something. So if you happen to know Brazilians that are not friends or whatever, think about introducing them. Think about if it is a good idea, because many times it could be nice, but many other times it's so uncomfortable that we just don't want to meet another Brazilians. So just think about it, okay? One thing that motorcycles, we have a lot. Another thing that really annoys Brazilians is that when something from other country says bad things about Brazil, I think it's annoying for everyone, but for Brazilians especially, it's pretty annoying because many people think that Brazil is composed of jungles, monkeys on the streets, and robberies mainly in Rio, and that's all. And this is so false, guys. This is so untrue. And there are people who absorb this kind of prejudice. And when you say you're Brazilian, they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry about you being a Brazilian. You know, your country is so violent." And we say, "No, it's not." I mean, in some regions, of course, it is. Like, I think all countries have some somewhat violent regions, ones more than others, but yeah, it's pretty normal, I guess. And some other people say, "Oh yeah, Brazilian women are so hot, but they are so sluts," or I don't know word for this. But this is also really untrue. Like Brazilian women are known by their beauty, but they don't lack decency at all. Some of them do, like some women from any country do, right? Because it's a human characteristic, not because it's a Brazilian characteristic. Okay, but yeah, just I think it's a matter of being reasonable. You know, if you're in another country, you shouldn't say bad things about that country to the people who live there, right? It's just that. And the last one, and this is so Brazilian, is about lines. You know, line when when you go somewhere to pick up something, and there's a line, and you have to stand in the line to wait for your turn to do whatever. Many things happen not to work well here in Brazil, but lines are sacred. Lines are so People are so crazy about lines. People here make lines even when there's no need for lines. People, if there's a short line and a long line, people usually go to the long line because the short line should be wrong, you know, should be something you don't want to. So people just go to the longest one. It's crazy, but it works, and people really respect lines here in Brazil. So if you're in a line, don't try to rush to get someone else's place, and also pay attention to the line, because if the person after you moves and after 1 second you don't move, the guys behind you will be pissed off and will ask you, why are you not moving? And maybe they will just invade your personal space, which is something I really hate, because I like space, because I'm a big guy and need space, right? And you're like in the line, and the person just keeps approaching you like you know, like you guys are gonna touch or something, so that maybe you move. And this is pretty annoying, but it happens. It happens. If you are in Brazil, expect it to happen, because it will. And I know that people from America, for example, like long and large personal spaces. Forget it. In Brazil, you're not gonna have it. So the line is, people stand in the line, they respect the line, but the lines are very, you know, tight. You know, you can't have a long space, because someone else will think that you're not in the line, and they'll just jump in front of you. So yeah, that's something bad about us, but that's how it works. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay? So guys, I'll keep it short here. I don't know if this video is already too long. Sorry about that, if it is. But hey, if you like the video, please comment below. Tell me what you like it and what you didn't like. Give me a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. Subscribe. and share the channel with your friends, because I really want to see this channel grow, and I really want to bring you guys more content about Brazil, and your support will help me so much with that. Okay, thank you very much, and see you on the next video.